Alright, to get started on the orange scones, I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to add 1/3 cup of granulated sugar. We're also going to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I just freshly grated some orange zest, and we're going to add about 1 tablespoon of that into here. Now we're going to whisk this well until everything's pretty much combined, and then get started on our wet ingredients. Actually, before we get started on the wet ingredients, we're going to cut in our butter. Totally forgot that step. So I have 1/2 cup of cubed cold butter, and I have my pastry cutter here, and we're basically going to cut the butter into the flour until it resembles coarse crumbs. Now once the mixture looks like this, you can see the speckled orange zest and it smells heavenly. We're going to set this aside and work on our wet ingredients. For the wet ingredients, we're going to whisk 1 egg. I'm going to add in 1/4 cup of sour cream. Whisk that in. Now I have 1/4 cup of heavy cream here with a few pinches of saffron, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of freshly squeezed orange juice. Now we're going to mix this well, kind of let it sit maybe for like a minute so the saffron can infuse the heavy cream. And once that kind of infuses a little bit, we're going to add it here and mix well. I also use the same bowl that I was using when I zested my orange, so there's still a few specks of lemon zest there, which is perfectly fine. So we're going to whisk that in and mix well. And then I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now this is our wet ingredients. Now we have our dry ingredients, and we're going to pour our wet ingredients into the dry. Let's get all of that mixture in. And then mix until it's just combined. You don't want to overmix it or else you'll get tough scones. So just until everything's combined. Now I'm going to turn over the dough onto a floured surface. Just like that. Make sure to get everything. There we go. Now we're going to basically pat it into a 1-inch thick circles. So just that, you don't want to overwork it. Looks about right. So now I'm just going to use a bench scraper. You can use a knife to make 8 triangles. So we're going to just cut it in half, sort of like a pizza. Like that. And we're going to make 8 of these, and I'm going to use the same thing to lift it off the floured surface and put it on our parchment lined baking tray. I also have the oven preheating at 400 degrees. Actually, I realized I have this little like pie scooper thing, so I'm going to use that and place it evenly spaced on our baking tray. So I'm going to do all of these and then get back to you guys. Now I have them evenly spaced, and I'm just going to brush the tops with some heavy cream, just like this. And then I'm going to sprinkle the tops with a little bit of sugar in the raw or turbinado sugar. And that's it. So I'm going to continue doing that for the rest of them. Now once they're all done, I'm going to bake them in the oven at 400 degrees for about 15 to 16 minutes until they're golden brown. You guys, they came out of the oven and they look so beautiful. They smell amazing. They smell like orange and saffron and just so heavenly. So I'm going to take these and place them on a wire rack to cool. Just like that. Oh, I can't wait to dig into it. Now, while these are cooling, we are going to make the orange glaze for them. Now for the glaze, I have 3 tablespoons of melted butter. To that, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of orange juice. So I have freshly squeezed orange juice, and I'm just going to add it to that. I'm going to mix this well. Now I'm going to add about a teaspoon of freshly grated orange zest, and you only want the top layer. You don't want the bottom rind part because that part's really bitter. This is where all the flavor and just yummy goodness is. Let me do a little bit more. I love the smell of orange. Beautiful. And then we're going to start adding our powdered sugar. We're going to first add it half a cup increments at a time. So that's half a cup. Mix it well. Make sure all the little lumps are gone. Beautiful. I'm going to add the second half a cup. And this is the second half cup. You can go all the way up to 1.5 cups. You just want it to be a really nice glaze consistency. Work out all those little lumps. You can also sift the powdered sugar. That will probably make it a lot easier. And this is the last half a cup. I'm going to whisk that well. It looks so good. Okay. It smells really good. Once you grate that not lemon zest. Once you grate the orange zest, you like all the oils are released and you can like smell all the yummy orange flavor. Okay, that looks beautiful. Let's taste test. That's really good. So I think I might just dip the scones in it instead of pouring it over, just so we don't waste any of that glaze. And just, ooh, how good does that look, you guys? Okay, I'm gonna place it over the wire rack again, and I lined the bottom of. So I placed the wire rack over the baking tray and placed the parchment paper underneath just to catch all the little drippings. And I'm gonna continue and glaze all of them just like that. And don't be stingy on the glaze. That's the best part. You love it. And ooh, you guys, I'm so proud of myself. This is the first time I'm making scones. Just like that. You guys, they look so beautiful. I'm so excited to eat them. I'm gonna let them cool a little bit more. And we have some extra glaze. Don't throw this away. You can totally make cinnamon rolls and then just put them as like an orange glaze on top. That would be delicious. You can put it on waffles or like pancakes. That would be amazing. Like, there's so many uses for this, and this is gold. Don't throw it away. I'm gonna take a really cute picture and video for the gram, and this is so easy and delicious and pretty fast, if I must say so myself. I hope you guys check it out.